Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. Today's video is going to be how we transition from one child to 2 children. This time can be so stressful for moms. We don't know how our kid is going to do with the new adjustment. I'm going to share some of the things that we did that helped us and our 3-year-old adjust to being a new big brother to our new baby. So if you'd like to see what we did, just keep watching. So the first thing is to include them in everything that you do that has to do with baby. So regardless if we were just picking out furniture, buying diapers, all the way to help picking out the name, we included him in everything that we did. I found that this got him excited, got him ready, got him included, and he was excited. Talking to him like, oh, what do you think about this for brother, or do you like this for brother? He felt like he was included and able to make decisions and help plan for being a big brother. The second thing that I think helped a lot was bringing him to all the doctor's appointments. I brought him to every single appointment, and the nurses there had a real way of making him feel important. They always gave him a taffy. They made him feel special. But most of all, what I did was after the appointments, we always did something special for him. So if we were going to Chuck E. Cheese, or if we were going to the playground, or if we were going to the movies or going to the mall, we always did something after the appointments. And for quite some time, the appointments are once a month. So once a month, we always did something nice. We knew that in the morning we would go check on brother, and in the afternoon we were going to do something fun. So he would be excited and he would look forward to the times when we would go check on baby brother. So that's something that really helps him get excited and get prepared for being a big brother, was going to all of the doctor's appointments. Third thing would be get them familiar with the items. If you're going to be reusing the things that they used when they were a baby, bring those things out, set them up, show them what baby needs when they are coming home. Like, this was your swing you used when you were a baby. If you're going to be buying things, set those things up as well. Let them see them, let them know that these things aren't for you. I found that allowing Bobby to get in the swing, get in the crib, use the baby's items, got him familiar, but once he used those things, he didn't want to touch them anymore. So if he did have to get in the crib for a little bit, once he got in it and it wasn't a big deal anymore, he never touched it again. So you don't want to make it seem like those things are off limits and just for the baby. You want to get your child familiar with the things that are for baby and not for him, without making him think that those things aren't for him. I actually set up the changing table and would bring in a stuffed animal. It's a little bit harder for boys because they don't play with doll babies, but using a stuffed animal, we would set it up, pretend change its diaper, he would pull up a chair right next to me and he would help. We would lay the stuffed animal in the crib and say, this is where baby brother is going to sleep, and that's when he would want to get in the crib. And I would allow him to get in there. There'd be times I would walk in and he would have climbed into the crib. But I tried not to get upset. I tried to not let those things be off limits. And when he was done, he never touched them again. The biggest thing I would say what got him most excited was to let him know that when baby brother is born, he is going to bring him gifts. Now, some people might think that this is bribing him, but it gave him something to look forward to. Towards the end, I would always tell him, you know, when baby brother comes, he's going to be bringing you gifts. He would get so excited. So regardless what you're able to spend, if it's a lot, buy him something nice. If not, get him a few little things. We ended up getting him 3 things. I wrapped them all individually so that when he came to the hospital, he had 3 gifts to open up. The book that we got him, I wrote a message inside, and I think that that'll be really special for, if not him, for me to have years down the line, so that we know that on the day baby brother was born, he brought him this book about being a big brother. The next thing is, don't sweat the small stuff. If your child is too loud, too rough, sneezing in his face, try not to get upset. Try just to let them know that that is not what you do, that this is how you do it. Instead of grabbing them hard and smacking them and hitting them, let them know this is a little tiny baby, you have to be gentle. I did not want to always be telling Bobby no. I thought that from the beginning I wanted to try to just redirect him without saying, no, don't do this, no, don't do that, because if that's the case, I would have been yelling no at him all day from the moment we got home from the hospital. I would just try to redirect him and show him how to treat a baby, and that babies are small and they need to be treated gently and delicately. But at the same time, if he was rough with them, I wouldn't get upset. I would just say, uh-oh, and now he knows how you treat a little baby. I was watching a video on how to transition from Jaylyn, I'll link her channel down below, and she said something that really stuck with me. She said, if your new baby is crying and you're doing something with your older child, don't constantly run away from your older child to go tend to the new baby. If it takes you an extra minute to go and check on the baby, give your older child the extra minute and let the baby cry. When I came home, I did exactly that, and I think that was the best piece of advice that I've gotten. I did not get so flustered, like, oh, I have to go check on baby. I was allowing him to, if he was fine, just cry for a minute. Give Bobby the attention that he needs, because he's going to remember this time. The new baby is not going to remember this time. So I was not constantly running from him. I would give him the attention. If I needed to put Quincy down and give Bobby that one-on-one attention, I did just that. And there are many times that he would say, Mom, put down the baby and come over here and look at this, or come over here and do this with me. And I would do that. And if that made Quincy cry, then he would just have to cry for a minute, because it was important that Bobby still felt important. And doing that, it allowed him to still feel important and like he was still a priority. The next thing to do is to keep your routine. If you have a routine, keep it the same. And by this I mean try to keep it as similar as possible. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be extremely different. And it's probably going to be more difficult to keep that routine. But your child is going to appreciate it in the long run. My child thrives off of routine. He likes structure. He likes things to be the same. They don't have to be exactly the same, but he likes to follow the same guideline of a day. So if they eat breakfast in the morning, as soon as they wake up, make them breakfast every morning when they wake up. I have done that every morning for Bobby. When he wakes up, I come out, I make him breakfast, he sits down, he eats his breakfast, and he watches his show. And even with Quincy being here, I still do the same thing. If Quincy needs to eat, he'll wait to eat. And I'll make his breakfast quickly, and while he's eating breakfast, I will feed Quincy, but I try to keep everything the same. Bobby naps every day at 1 o'clock. So at 1 o'clock, Bobby would go down for his nap, and I would try to put Quincy down for his nap. I tried to adjust Quincy to our routine rather than making Bobby adjust to Quincy's routine, which can be crazy and like erratic and sporadic. But luckily for me, Quincy has really adjusted well to the schedule that Bobby and I already have in place, so it's been awesome. So if you can try to get your new baby to adjust to the older child's routine, it'll be so much easier for your older child. If your older child is a part of activities or plays a sport or goes to a play group or likes to go to the playground, keep those activities the same. We used to go out a lot during the week before we had the baby, and that's just not possible now that we have Quincy here. So I have scaled back a lot, but I make sure that every week we do something that's fun for Bobby. So if it's something that he likes to do, we do it. And I had lots of stares from people looking at me like, why do you have this 1-week-old baby out of the house? And I said, my son still has to go out and do what he likes to do. You know, I'm not going to make him suffer, and if Quincy needs to come, then he will come. And I ended up just wearing him a lot. So if we went to the playground or to a play group or somewhere, I would bring Quincy and I would just wear him, and Bobby was still able to do the activities that he did and the things that he needs to do to get social interaction and get his energy out and be able to, you know, come home and be good. Because a lot of times if he is in for too long, he will act like a maniac. So I try to get him out at least once a week. The last thing is positive reinforcement. I always try to let Bobby know that he's doing an awesome job. I love to be told that I'm doing good, and when I am told that I'm doing well, I perform better. I feel better, I'm happier, I'm like, okay, like what I'm doing isn't going unnoticed. So with Bobby, I do the same thing. So if he's being good, I'll say, you're being an awesome big brother, or good job doing this, or oh my goodness, you're so amazing. And just letting him know that he's appreciated and he's doing awesome. If he's doing awesome, I can give him a treat. I'll say, here's ice cream for doing awesome, or here's a popsicle because you're being an awesome big brother. Thank you for helping me bring me the wipes, or I appreciate you sitting still for a minute while I get Quincy ready to go out. And I try to like let him know that what he's doing is not going unnoticed, and that I appreciate him adjusting to it taking longer to get out of the house, or it taking longer for me to make his lunch, or it taking longer for anything, because life is that much harder now because I have to tend to Quincy. So yeah, I think letting them know that they're doing awesome and giving them a treat, regardless if it's a food or a sticker or a toy or something, just to let them know that they're doing awesome and you appreciate it. Bobby has adjusted amazingly to being a big brother, and I think that it has to do a lot with these things that we did leading up to having Quincy. I can tell you a story about when we were at the hospital and Bobby came to meet Quincy for the first time. He was so excited to hold him. So he was holding him and he looked down at Quincy and he said, "Don't worry, brother, I'll take care of you." And I literally died. To this day, I remember that exact moment, and it was so sweet. My husband cried and he never cries. So it was like the sweetest moment, seeing him excited to take care of his brother, be a big brother, hold his little brother. It was just like a special time, and I swear the things that doing these things, getting him excited, getting him involved, making it seem like it was like a big deal to have a brother and to be a big brother or sister if you have a girl, is key to getting your little one excited and getting them ready for this transition. Once you're home, you really have to just play it by ear, because we don't know how our child is going to react to having a baby in the house. But listen to them. Watch how they're doing. If they're getting upset, or if they look like they need a little more attention, give them that attention. The little baby can wait. You know, they don't need too much. They're okay. They may be crying, but they're okay. As long as they're fed and dry and not, you know, not hurting, they're okay. Give your oldest a little more attention, because they're going to need it. Sometimes they can act out because they see that mom is busy feeding brother. And he knows that when I'm feeding brother, it might take me 10 minutes, but once I'm done, I can give him all the attention that he needs. So I hope that you guys try some of these things. If you're trying to adjust to a new baby, or if you're having baby number 2, give some of these things a try. Let me know if you've tried something different that worked for you down in the comments below. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, and I would love you forever if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!